6 political parties and the entire Danish establishment is furious.
Many accusations and many allegations have been made. We are open to criticism, but let me be completely honest. We do not appreciate the tone in which it's being delivered. We respect that the United States needs a greater military presence in Greenland. We, Denmark and Greenland, are very much open to discussing this with you, with an open mind. We still have the defense agreement from 1951. It offers ample opportunity for the United States to have a much stronger military presence in Greenland. If that is what you wish, then let us discuss it. We can do more, much more, within the framework we have today. Let us make use of that, and let us do it together.
But the US does not seem to think existing arrangements are sufficient, and President Trump has implied the possibility of US military action to seize the territory. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, the death toll from the Myanmar earthquake is now more than 2,000. Aid groups are warning that millions more are in desperate need of basic essentials. French opposition leader Marine Le Pen has vowed to fight a decision barring her from the next presidential election after being convicted of embezzlement. And there are warnings of extreme temperatures in India as the country struggles to adapt to climate change. That's the latest feature story news. John Beaver reporting.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 FM, Northern Lights Public Radio.
KCHW Headlines. I'm Chuck Ritchie. Our very own Chewelah Police Chief Keith Cochran is on a long road to recovery from complications of open heart surgery back in January. He has lost his lower legs and most of his fingers and likely has several more months in the hospital and in rehab. To keep our police department running, Alex Lever, previously the school resource officer, was promoted to take over. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help cover the medical bills Cochran's insurance won't pay for. Our deepest heartfelt wishes go out to the Cochran family. Please check out our KCHW Radio Facebook page for the link to that GoFundMe page. And in Olympia, the state Senate has okayed a gas tax hike and a budget built on billions of new taxes on Washington's richest residents and largest companies. Senators want to raise the tax at the pump 6 cents per gallon. House members have a 9-cent tax they could vote on this week. And our last story, get ready for froggy mating season. Tiny Pacific tree frogs are Washington's official state amphibians. They come out of their winter shelters in late March and begin ribbiting loud nighttime mating calls. To avoid overly aggressive males, female tree frogs have been known to play dead. You can check out our KCHW Radio Facebook page for more details on these stories. And for KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
Don't giggle.
Oh, my.
Hey, Sister Val, turns out I've been dating tree frogs. They're all playing dead. What's going on?
Are you overly aggressive?
Yeah. Woo! Here we go. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Thank you for that news story, Chuck Ritchie. Wow.
Wonder if he had to do it several times so he didn't giggle.
Yeah, that last one was a doozy. All right, getting started on an April Fool's. And here's your April Fool's, if you're listening to the national news. Apparently, everyone on the planet hates us.
I'm frankly embarrassed.
I am. We've threatened violence against Greenland.
Yeah, we threatened to rename it Red, White, and Blue Land. How much stupider can we get?
Oh, wow.
That's not a challenge. That's not a challenge.
No, stop. All right. Happy April Fool's Day. You got the two biggest fools on the radio this morning. It's Scott and his beautiful sister Val, who just had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, yes. A whopping 61. Ooh. I said, you know what? I think 61 is like a lame number because 60 is kind of a big deal. But I wanted to just like skip over 61 and go to 62 so I can draw Social Security before it's no longer available.
Well, you can hold your breath for a year. All right, let's do.
I'm in my lame duck year or something.
Oh, man. All right, let's do weather and our ski report, all made possible by a donation from 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort. And then we have the world's best April Fool's pranks. So don't go anywhere. That's what I'm saying. All right, first up today, we got our weather forecast. 50 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Winds light and variable. Tonight down to 35. It will be partly cloudy, but you won't be able to tell. All right. Wednesday, 52 and 34 with afternoon showers at 50%. Thursday, 55 and 32 and partly cloudy skies. Rain at 20%. On Friday, 59 and 35, partly cloudy. Let's look at that weekend. Are you ready for a mostly sunny, nice, warm, and toasty weekend?
I am.
Too bad. No, just kidding. It is going to be great. 64 on Saturday with mostly sunny skies. 66 and partly cloudy on Sunday. Probably cloudy as you head to work on the 7th, Monday. And 63 then. So a nice weekend on the way. Right now, Saturday and Sunday, 64 and 66 respectively. Wow, some nice warm temperatures. All right, let's take a look at that ski report. Now at the base, in the past 12 hours, no new snow. Snow depth is still 74 inches. Up at the summit, they got an inch of fresh snow up top, but not down on the bottom. Might have been a little wet. That new inch of snow at the summit takes them up to 185 inches. This morning at the base, 34 degrees. At the summit, 28, and you got fresh spring snow. And your weather and ski report made possible by 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort. Real quick, kids for breakfast and lunch, and then we're going to get to our April stuff. By the way, kids, no breakfast today. April Fools. All right, it's a breakfast on a stick, along with a syrup cup. I just drink those for breakfast. Forget that. Breakfast on a stick. I just want the syrup. All right, fruit or juice to go. Wash that syrup down. Never drink anything cold. Never drink anything cold after a big chug of syrup. Makes it harden right there in your throat.
Right in your throat? Yeah.
For lunch,
probably not like real syrup. I mean, probably not like the syrup you get there, because it's probably, I could see real syrup like crystallizing, but not the fake stuff.
Okay. All right, for lunch today, you want to protect yourself, kids. That's right, it's walking tacos. And the thing to remember about a walking taco, easy to steal. Keep it close to those refried beans because they are not easy to steal. All right. Also, some fruit and veggies. That's how you make lunch fun. Thank you.
I always think when you say that, because it's walking tacos, but it sounds like Joaquin.
He's that new actor.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
All right, there you go. That's your breakfast and lunch for the kids. Before we get to events this morning, let's change gears, Val. We usually get through all that kind of business stuff first, but let's go ahead and take a look. This is what April has in store for us, and of course, we are going to start off with April Fools. All right, today, be ready for those jokes. Val, do you have in your mind a great April Fool's prank that you've played before?
You know, I don't think I've ever played an April Fool's prank on anyone.
No. All right. You know, with kids, my kids did it all the time. Best one we ever did on the radio. I worked at the country station, believe it or not, in Moses Lake. Don't know what it's called today. Back then, it was KWIQ.
Is that why you hate country?
Yeah, you ruined me. No, I just realized it all sounds the same. People hate me. All right. So we got all these sound effects ready, and there's a big, I can't remember what county Moses Lake is in anymore. But anyways, county fairgrounds are in Moses Lake, and we did this, highly produced, and it was a spring fair at the fairgrounds. All right. And we had the animal sounds and everything. You'd come down and participate. I can't remember all the stories, petting zoo, all this kind of stuff. And then we started getting phone calls of people saying, we were just loading up in the car and realized it was April Fool's. But you guys did a good job making that sound live.
Oh, boy.
right.
You
All
would
right.
have got some angry calls if they'd have made it all the way to
The fairgrounds. Yeah. All right, here we go. These are some of the best. Val is going to kick it off with Alaska.
All right. A prankster in Alaska set a fire atop Mount Edgecombe, tricking residents of Sitka into believing the long dormant volcano was actually erupting.
Oh, wow. Wow. Panic in the streets.
For sure.
All right. I don't know how good this one is, but it's the pi recalculation hoax. So, you know, pi, 3.14? Man posted a satirical article claiming that Alabama's state legislature had passed a law redefining pi as exactly 3.0 to align with biblical principles. The state received hundreds of outraged phone calls. It's new math.
I want to know which biblical principles that it aligned to.
3.14.
Oh, boy.
All right. You got one from Nixon, I think, below that.
I do, but I'm trying to look around a cat's head right now.
Okay.
Fiona,
you want me to do it?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
No, I got it now. This was from 1992. National Public Radio's Talk of the Nation program announced Richard Nixon, who in 1974 became the only U.S. president to resign from office, was running for president again, claiming, "I never did anything wrong and I won't do it again." Listeners were horrified until they realized it was a joke. Evidently, the current president was not joking over the weekend.
On which thing, Val? All right, we'll get there in a minute. All right, this is the Swiss spaghetti harvest of 1957. BBC aired a hoax report claiming that Swiss farmers had successfully grown spaghetti trees. Viewers were so convinced that many called in asking how they could grow their own spaghetti at home.
No!
Dumbity.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Sometimes when you say how stupid can you get, people think that's a challenge.
Yeah, but I think it'd be great at Christmas time to decorate the spaghetti tree.
You don't have to worry about tinsel.
No. And you know exactly what's for dinner.
Yeah. In 1996, Taco Bell ran full-page newspaper ads declaring it had purchased the Liberty Bell and was renaming it the Taco Liberty Bell. Angry calls.
It's so current, Val.
Angry calls flooded both the company and the National Park Service before the prank was revealed.
Oh, man. All right, let's go back to 1978. Dick Smith claimed he'd towed an iceberg into Sydney Harbor to provide fresh water, dubbing it a practical solution for the city's water needs. The spectacle turned out to be a clever April Fool's prank, with the iceberg actually made of foam and shaving cream. There was a picture online. It was big, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty big.
That was some dedication to an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, they covered a barge with the foam and the shaving cream. So pretty cool. Yeah.
I'll take a quick minute to say that Ken has joined us this morning. Good morning, Ken.
Don't worry about Ken. We're talking behind the scenes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, he says happy birthday, Val. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like leftover birthday stuff. All right. All right. Who's next?
I got the next one, and yeah, right. On April's Fool Day, 1976, the BBC announced that a special alignment of the planets would temporarily decrease gravity on Earth. Their broadcast was so convincing that their phone lines were flooded with callers who claimed they felt the effects.
I'm floating. April 1st, 1962, in Sweden, hoax teaching Swedes to make TV shows color by putting a nylon stocking over the TV. I wonder how many people tried it.
No kidding. It's just making it sepia toned. For April's Fool's Day in 1998, Burger King introduced a Whopper designed especially for lefties on a full-page ad in USA Today. According to the ad, the new burger would contain the same ingredients as the original, but rotated 180 degrees. Thousands of customers swarmed into their restaurants requesting the lefty Whopper.
Yes, but you must use just the left side of your brain. All All right, so if you've got a great April Fool's Day prank, post it under our live feed today on Facebook, and we'll try to pitch it as real.
There you go.
All right. Next one, 1989, April Fool's Day, billionaire Richard Branson designed a UFO-shaped hot air balloon and hired a dwarf in an E.T. costume. No. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, thus the dwarf would come out and scare whoever was near the UFO when it landed. All right. That's pretty cool.
It's funny. As an April's Day Fool's prank on... why do I have trouble with April Fools? I don't know. As an April Fool's Day prank in 2002, NASA posted a picture that proved the moon was made of cheese, including an expiration date for the cheesy moon.
Which prompts me to say, blessed all the cheesemakers. All right. Hot Wheels launched its new product. This is our last one. Wonder Woman's Invisible Jet. As an April Fool's prank, the product was actually nothing more than an empty Hot Wheels packet. However, there was so much demand, they actually made it into a real product.
Can you imagine the profit margin on that thing?
Wow. Yeah, we're into this deep. Just some cardboard and a little bit of plastic.
Yes.
All right, real quick, other things happening this month. NCAA Women's Basketball Final Four games, April 4th. Men's Final Four, April 5th. Women's Basketball Championship, April 6th. NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, April 7th. So 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. All the NCAA you could ever want. Coachella begins April 11th in Indio, California. Easter's the 20th. Val, when's Earth Day?
The 22nd.
Yeah, Boston
It's
Marathon.
always 422.
Huh. That makes you feel late. Boston Marathon is April 21st, and on April 21st to 22nd, the annual Lyrid meteor shower will peak, offering views of 10 to 15 meteors per hour. That's not enough.
No kidding. I get bored.
Yeah. We're Americans, and we want more meteors. All right?
Okay, I'm going to sound really stupid
Yes.
because I probably am. What is Coachella?
It's a concert thing.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's.
All right.
Haven't you ever seen that? It's where everybody brings their couches. No.
Oh, there's so many places I could go with couch jokes right now, but I won't.
You know, you hear so much about it, but that's just kind of a sign how out of touch we are when you have to ask me a question like that.
I guess. Yeah, it means like I'm 61 or something.
Yeah, it is the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. Let's go.
Oh, it sounds fun.
Yeah, we need a distraction.
Yeah,
we're
no
both getting
kidding.
too upset about the news. All right. Speaking of news, let's do a little bit of that this morning, Val, if you'll just bear with me. In Florida, Matt Gaetz and Mike Waltz's U.S. House seats are up for grabs in heavily red districts. Democrats have outraised the GOP favorites, both endorsed by Trump, and are looking to eke out a win. It'll be kind of a statement if those both flip Democrat of what people think is going on in the government so far. And we could use those Senate seats for Democrats, keep things balanced out.
For sure.
Voters in Wisconsin will decide who gets the 7th seat in its evenly divided Supreme Court. Abortion and voter ID have been popular issues in this election. Trump has endorsed conservative Brad Schimmel. Let's see. White House deportations. ICE admitted that an administrative error led to a Maryland man with a protected legal status being sent to El Salvador. And they're not going to be able to get him out.
Is that April Fool's the last part, or is
That is not April Fool's. So that this story that I'm reading from that you're following along with did not say that, but a different one did, said they do not know how to get him out.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
This is horrible.
You know, that's why they have a little thing called due process.
No. Not in America. Sorry. It's gone. All right, it's gone. 2 new studies on Alzheimer's disease were published yesterday. One showed that a blood test may help predict advanced stages of Alzheimer's, and the other found that a lack of deep sleep may increase the risk of the disease, which pretty much means I'm getting Alzheimer's. Because I get no deep sleep. All right.
It's sad. I mean, we having a dad that had Alzheimer's. I mean, it's at the forefront of our thinking a lot of times. And so anytime they have these, possible cures or more information on it, I mean, it's something we definitely pay attention to.
Sure. All right, at a press conference, NASA astronauts who recently returned from the ISS said they would get back on a Starliner flight in a heartbeat. Meanwhile, a SpaceX rocket took off for the first crewed flight around the Earth's poles. Cool. All right. Mop Top Mania. Val, is it time for another Beatles movie?
I've admitted before on air that I don't like the Beatles. So my vote is no.
Okay. Well, Sam Menendez disagrees with you and announced at CinemaCon that The Beatles, a 4-film cinematic event, will come out in April of 2028. I might not be here by then. I think that is a bonus.
What a way to get out of seeing it.
All right. It will be the first bingeable theatrical experience, he says. He also revealed who's playing each Beatle, and you can check that out on Variety. All right, let's wrap this up. In the ring, Panthers look to even the score in the rematch with the Canadiens, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. On the field, the Braves, whose outfielder Jurickson Profar has just been banned for 80 games for using performance-enhancing drugs. They face the Dodgers at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Major League Baseball app. And did I miss anything? On bookshelves today, I Am Maria. Maria Shriver's new memoir and book of poems is out today. So if you're looking for some dirt on Arnold, probably not going to be in there. Just saying.
I'd like to hear a poem about him, though.
He was big and dumb. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's cut off. This was a story. I was just going to read the headline. Let's see if I can get out of this. I'd really like to share it. It's Bill Gates saying that AI is going to replace all teachers and doctors.
Oh, by what year?
Soon. You know how those tech billionaires are. Soon. It's already happening. That's one thing I could actually see AI doing, though.
I think as far as especially in the doctor's realm, I mean, if they can take the database of all medical records and comb through it, maybe diagnoses would be, I'm not saying they would always be right, but I think it would give doctors a place to look that they maybe had never thought of before. And so I could see some real benefits. I'm not saying to do the surgeries or anything like that, but if they used it as a live doctor, used it as a tool to
make sure
help
that
diagnose.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think that would actually be a positive use for the whole thing.
Excellent.
So but at times, I got into, as much as you can get into a discussion on Facebook, but somebody had posted a picture of Donald Trump. And I said, you guys, if you want to have any credibility in posting, and this was definitely a left-leaning platform, but I said, if you want to have any credibility on the stuff you share, you need to be checking these things for AI. Just to make sure that image wasn't generated by AI. And what was really interesting, though, because you can get you can access a free online AI detector. And what I found really interesting about it, though, is the image. I ran it through 6 different AI detectors. 3 said it was real, 3 said it was fake.
Well, that was no help.
Yeah, so it really was no help. But I just, I guess I would err on the side of caution then, because if we're promoting false information, or that site is promoting false information, but then when you get mad that the right-leaning sites are posting false information, I just think that you need to gain some credibility by checking these things out. So,
especially before you share it.
Exactly. You create this viral post, and and even Snopes said that the speculation behind the photo was unfounded. And so, you just kind of do a little research and maybe go, yeah, as good as this makes him look bad, still don't post it if you're not sure.
That's right. All right, couple more headlines. White House abruptly fires several career Justice Department prosecutors in the latest norm-shattering move. Got another one here. Scientists went to the Calypso Deep. Val, the Calypso Deep is the deepest point in the Mediterranean Sea, around 3.2 miles below the water level. What do you think they found, Val?
It's some giant squid they never knew existed.
No, trash.
Oh,
What-
plastic?
What they said, according to the report, that 100, so they just picked one area, like one square, and I'm not seeing how big the square was. But they said in that square there was not a single inch that didn't have a piece of garbage on it, some form of trash from humans. 148 items. Well, let's see, according to the report, 148 of the items were marine debris, while the other 19 were human origin. So this was 1 square foot or whatever area they picked. But they said the entire seabed of the Calypso Deep is covered in human trash.
Isn't that sad?
Don't throw stuff over your boat. Save it.
That's really sad.
It's really
Yeah.
sad. Our poor planet.
I know it. We're destroying it.
All right, on a positive.
Hey, Ken wants to know what AI Scott would look like.
Oh, he'd be super cool. More hair. About a
More
foot.
hair?
About a foot taller. Huge pecs.
I mean,
That's all you need to know, Ken.
you can design it to look any way you want.
And Ken has something for sale. It's a new crescent wrench. His company has just released its metric version of their popular tool. April Fools. All right. Another picture you want to avoid online, just to warn you about. It is on Yahoo this morning. A picture of Kid Rock with Donald Trump yesterday in the White House. Skip that one. Just saying. Something to do this weekend. I want to give these guys a plug. It's our friends at the Chewila Arts Guild. And eating a wine and poetry. This is coming up this Saturday, the 5th, 7 p.m. An unforgettable adult evening with local poets and readers at the Chewila Center for the Arts. Tickets are $15, includes refreshments, 1 glass of wine, additional wine, $5 per glass. Books by local poets will also be available, and tickets online at ChewilaArtsGuild.org. There you go.
All right.
Coming up this Saturday. And we move on to Bits and Breaks this morning. It's about time. Here comes Val with this morning's Quick Joke.
All right, 2 guys are at a wedding, and the first guy says, "When I was younger, I hated going to weddings." The second asks, "Well, why?" The first says, "Because every time, all of my aunts and the grandmotherly types used to come up to me, poke me in the ribs, and cackle, 'You're next.' I finally figured out how to get them to stop. I started doing the exact same thing to them at funerals."
Oh, you're next. You know, when you said that, Val, you sounded just like an old lady.
Well, I am.
Oh, I wasn't going to point that out. All right. An aspiring young actor asked a woman's father if he could have his daughter's hand in marriage. Father said, "I would never let my daughter marry an actor." The actor said, "Sir, I think you may change your mind if you see my performance. Won't you at least come and see the play tonight?" So the father went to see the play, and the next day he called the actor and he said, "You were right. I've changed my mind. Go ahead and marry my daughter because you're no actor." Ow.
Ow.
All right, Val, I want to know this answer to this next question. How many pairs of shoes do you have?
I just decided it's really better not to count because then you can just say, "I have no idea."
Do you have a guesstimate?
I would say, I would say 15.
Well, wow, you're below the norm. Val, will you tell us something about shoes?
All right. On average, the most U.S. residents have spent on a pair of shoes is,
The most.
on average. Okay, I got it. The most U.S. residents have spent on a pair of shoes is $90.62. All right. 63% of men own 10 pairs of shoes or less.
I'm about right there, I think.
80% of women own 11 pairs of shoes or more, with the average being 27 pairs.
Wow. Okay.
And 40% of women confess to having more than 50 pairs of shoes.
So those are the ones that confess. So Val could be lying.
I could be lying. And now that, I'm just sitting here thinking, but I have pairs of shoes that I really need to get rid of because since I blew out my disc and hurt my knee, I can't wear anything with a high heel. But I haven't been willing to give them up. But I don't wear them. And so I probably
just look
did
at
lie. I
them.
probably have more than that. Yeah.
And
I
then
just
she
look at
plays
them.
with
Gosh,
them. She gets them out and she walks them and pretends she's in them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, whatever.
I'm like, but they're so cute. I don't want to give them away, but I haven't worn them in 10 years.
But you might need to pose for a photo and you could put them on just for that.
Oh, there you go.
Is there?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good luck there, Val. All right. Let's keep going with this. Let's find out some more stuff. How about the Great Laundry Divide? Val, did you know that 89% of women do all the laundry in American households?
I could see that.
23% of women say their partners have no knowledge about laundry. I'm picturing Brad. Does he do laundry?
He will throw his work clothes in, like his, really dirty stuff from being out and, logging or whatever. So he will throw those in, but he never seems to remember exactly how much soap to put in or how to turn it on or something. So it's usually, honey, I have my clothes in the washing machine. Can you come show me how to start it again?
I put them in with a bunch of whites. All right. 25% of women say their husband has ruined clothes. Has Brad ruined any clothes?
I don't think so.
All right. 23% of women say men don't help at all with the laundry, but as we just learned, Brad will get naked in the mudroom and put his clothes in the washer for her. So, yay!
Exactly. No, he's really good about folding and putting away.
Oh.
So I will. He's definitely got that going for him.
All
So
right.
yeah, I wouldn't say I feel like I have to do all the laundry. I think we do pretty good.
Okay. All right, Val, it's your turn.
Well, women were asked just a simple relationship question. What kind of men do you like? All right. And here are some of the answers. Guys, listen up so you know, maybe.
Okay.
All right. Single ones with manners and good hygiene.
Yes. All right. Mostly.
So you're wondering how many women out there end up with ones that are actually married and smell at the same time.
With poor manners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They stink. This person said, I just want a man that is kind, has empathy, and won't run when I'm sick or go through something bad.
Yeah, good luck.
Another woman said, I love an honest man. Give me your whole story, leaving nothing out. Like, I'm only 5'6".
5'4". Married?
This is a combination one woman wants. Smart, honorable, gentle, and mysterious.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I'm kind of mysterious, Val. Listen.
You see, I wanted to be a detective, too. It only took brains, courage, and a gun, and I had the gun.
Two.
Some women want men with empathy and emotional intelligence. Women also like guys who are funny and can also take a joke and not get defensive.
No. I make the jokes.
Are you people insane? I'm the director. I make the casting decisions around here.
Yeah.
And finally, I think this is a big one. Most women would agree with this statement. Men who don't cheat.
At Monopoly or? Thank you. Thank you very much. I just took your shoe.
Oh.
All right. Val, why do we eat?
Because we're hungry?
All right.
I wish that was the only time I ate.
This information is from a food psychologist. You know what that is? Someone who knows why we do what we do when we eat. Mr. Brian Wansiek's research proved to customers how food marketers manipulate our appetites and our wallets. What he has learned helps us explain why so many struggle with our weight. All right. I know me and you, Val, always worried about it, right?
Yes.
All right. His research showed, for example, that we eat more from a big box, even when the food isn't good. As an example, moviegoers in Philadelphia ate 32% more popcorn from big buckets than from medium ones, even when the popcorn was stale.
Ooh. Old, cold, and stale. Ugh.
All right. His research showed why we drink more from a short glass than a slender one. You'll drink 25 to 30% more because of an optical illusion. Also showed how many more Hershey's Kisses we'll eat if our bowl is on our desk than if you move it 6 feet away.
Who has time to get up 6 feet and go get your chocolate?
Well, if you're eating that many Hershey's Kisses, you can crawl to the bowl. Oh. All right. His research also showed what cues tell us when to stop eating. Our eyes tell us when we're full, not our stomachs. And we learned to use visual cues at about age 4. It's like, I had a lot of food on that plate and it's gone. I should stop.
And don't you think part of that almost comes, excuse me, from parents telling us that you need to clean up your plate?
It could. You always do have that. People are starving in other countries and you left your peas. All right.
Exactly.
Well, Mom, people in other countries don't like peas either.
Or broccoli or cauliflower.
All right. He also found that psychology, not physical hunger, controlled most eating. People serve themselves 38% more ice cream when they had big bowls as opposed to having smaller ones. Well, that should be obvious. That's why Val uses a giant serving plate for her ice cream.
That's why I eat right out of the carton.
We'll just let it slop right out of the carton, right on a serving plate, and go to town. You eat it before it drips over the sides. Okay, maybe not. Let's see. Subjects ate 23% more yogurt when offered an assortment of flavors. Why would an assortment make you eat more? Because there's so much?
I don't know.
All right.
Maybe. Or you think I have to try this one? Oh, I should taste this one too.
Guests ate more party treats when more dishes were put out. When treats were offered in a few large bowls, they eat less.
Wow. Okay.
People ate more when they were with people they liked.
You know, and I am completely in that boat because, for the most part, I can go, okay, I know I've eaten enough. I'm full. But when there is chips and dip and party things and all of this stuff, you put a bowl of chips in front of me with friends and I'll eat the whole thing. I always said some people are social drinkers. I'm a social eater.
There you go. Feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Dinners,
something. I don't know.
Dinners in restaurants where they play soft music, patrons stayed 19 minutes longer and ate more desserts and ordered more drinks. Wow.
Oh, okay.
When given olive oil to eat with bread instead of butter, people ate 12% more fat per slice, but 19% less bread.
That's interesting.
Huh. I wonder what the butter causes you to want more because it's yummy, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. And I skipped one. This is really incredible. I can't believe he came up with the answer in his study. Saving the best for last. Get this. You're not going to believe it. People who ate more when they were with people they liked. Also, well, let's change this. The more TV people watch, the fatter they are. He needed a study to glean that information. That? Yeah.
I want to say the original popcorn thing where you eat more popcorn if the thing's bigger, even if the popcorn's bad. I think that's one thing I can do is if I take a bite of dessert, whatever the situation may be, and it's not good, I'll just push. I'm like, it's not worth the calories.
Yeah.
So I will not continue to eat something that's not good because it's I'll spend my calories on something else.
It's like going to, bad desserts. The best place to get a bad dessert so you don't eat dessert is to go to one of those buffets. Because all the desserts, like the ice cream's not real ice cream, the pudding's not real pudding. That cake, I don't know what it is. I think it's actually a kitchen sponge. The desserts are always the worst at a buffet. I don't get it.
Yeah, and they don't seem to have a good variety either. They've got a good variety of everything else under the sun, but not the desserts.
Just say no to ice milk. All right, we're going to wrap up today's Bits and Breaks with Val, because Val is, she's had kids, and she's had dogs, and now some reasons why the dogs are better than the kids. Thank you.
All right.
Val.
It doesn't take 45 minutes to get a dog ready to go outside in the winter.
It's true.
True. Dogs cannot lie.
They're good at looking guilty, too.
They are really good at looking guilty.
Especially if you ask them, did you do that? And they immediately start cowering.
Yeah. Dogs never resist nap time.
That's cute.
You don't need to get extra smartphones for a dog.
Ooh, you're saving a ton of money. I saw a TikTok video the other day where the owner has two dogs and they're both sitting shoulder to shoulder, and somebody had torn up all the trash, and she asked the dogs who did it, and the other dog slung his head over and bopped the other dog. Like it was wham, it was him. I was like, oh, he totally threw him under the bus.
You snitch.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Dogs don't care if the peas have touched the mashed potatoes.
That's right, they're inhaling it all.
Yeah. Average cost of sending a dog to school, $75. Average cost of sending a kid to school, $150,000.
Good man.
Dogs are housebroken by the time they're 12 weeks old.
Ooh, way easier.
Yeah. Your dog is not embarrassed if you sing in public.
He'll sing with you.
Uh-huh. And if your dog is a bad seed, your genes cannot be blamed.
There you go.
Although, if your dog is ill-mannered, I will blame you.
Yes. And that's that's very appropriate. All right, before we go to break, head-to-head challenge. It's, the post-birthday girl and her brother. Little trivia.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Yes. And I'm hoping Val's a little slower than usual today, since yesterday was her birthday, and chances are she probably did some drinking.
You know what? All I had yesterday was one margarita.
But it was 42 ounces.
One of the fishbowl ones.
Yeah. It was the pool. Kiddie pool in a big straw. All right. So, Val, speaking real quick before we get into the trivia questions, did you have a good birthday?
I had a great birthday. Kind of started on Friday night. We had friends over. We did some karaoke.
Wait a minute. Your birthday was yesterday.
I know. That's why I said it started Friday night.
I'm just making sure. All
right. Saturday we had, both Saturday and Sunday, we had friends drop by for visits. And then yesterday we went out for lunch. I had some Thai bamboo, red pineapple, red curry. So good. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Any cool gifts?
I got lots of alcohol. Go figure.
Huh. And can I ask you what Brad got you?
Lots of alcohol.
Okay, I won't then.
We tend to I don't know. We'll be somewhere, and I'm like, oh boy, I sure would like that for my birthday. And so,
he just buys
it's not like we don't generally get each other birthday, Christmas gifts or anything like that. So I bought myself one though. So I knew we were karaokeing, and we've had wired mics forever, but wired mics and drunk people don't always get along so well together. And so, so I did buy myself a really nice setup of 4 wireless mics. Wow. It was great.
Wow. Yeah. Nothing like a karaoke party at Val's house. And you need those 4 mics too, because I've seen all you 4 women singing together.
That's right. It usually doesn't sound really good, but hey, it's usually because everybody's drunk. The best thing about the setup I got, though,
what's that?
Is that you can turn down or up each individual mic.
Ooh, so if somebody's really bad, you can back them off a little bit.
Yeah, or, just super loud or being super obnoxious. In fact, I had one friend go, "Did you turn off my mic again?"
Get the hint?
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Val, you want to give or receive first?
How about I receive first today?
All right. Today's first trivia question going to my sister. At birth, this is approximately 16.5 millimeters in length, and it grows to about 24 millimeters in adulthood. What body part is this?
I wish I knew millimeters just so I had an idea of what we're talking about here.
Small.
I'm going to go with, I've got my first guess and my second guess. I'm going to say my first guess is your nose.
No.
Second guess would be ears.
No.
Well, now what do I do?
You're a little smaller.
A little smaller than your nose or your ears?
Yes, just a little. Just as important, though.
Just as important? Your opposable thumb?
No. This would help with senses. Opposable thumb does nothing for your senses. Well, maybe touch.
Yeah, that would be touch. That's one of your senses. So I'm wondering, like I said, I need to know with your senses. And give me the measurements one more time because I should be able to
16.5 millimeters in length and then grows to about 24 millimeters in length by the time you're an adult.
Oh. Go for your sense to your tongue. Sense of taste?
Now, Val, we're looking for the eyeball.
The eyeball.
Yes.
You could have told me you're having problems with them right now as a hint.
I made it too obvious. I was also going to say it's also in your head, and then you would have figured it out. All right. See if you can hurt me.
All right. First one. As of 2025, there are approximately 25 of these in the world, with only about half of them actively in use. Only 25 in the whole world.
And only half of them are being used.
This is going to be a tough one just because we don't generally even they're not on our radar.
All right, I'm going to go for a hint.
They're not on our radar.
Oh, that was your hint. So it's something that flies. We have 25 in the world or in the United States?
In the world.
Only 25 of them. Half of them aren't working. And it flies.
We don't use. It doesn't say they're not working. It just says they're not in use.
Oh, and they fly. Well, it can't be a plane. Could it be a rocket?
No.
What else flies? A bird? No.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Not very many of them. Like the Goodyear blimp?
Very good. It is a blimp.
A blimp. Is it Goodyear blimps?
Blimp. It just says it doesn't give us specifics. Just 25 of these in the world and only half of them actively in use.
So I could be partially wrong. Shouldn't have said Goodyear. All right. Val, what do Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia have in common? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 southern states. What do they all have in common? You have to know geography for this.
My answer wasn't going to be geographical. They're red in nature.
They perform slowly on the SATs.
They don't do DNA. They don't do DNA tests because they're inconclusive.
They have no higher education. What more can we say about the South? They all border the same thing. All those states border another state, which seems impossible since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just
All
think of
right,
a redneck state.
Give me the states again.
Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia.
Tennessee?
Tennessee! Look at you. She got a D in geography. I can't believe it.
I know.
Actually, you were a straight A student. You stink.
All right, here's another one for you. Cats have over 100 of these, while dogs only have about 10.
Friends.
I think it's the opposite.
10. Dogs only have 10. Cats have hundreds.
Have over 100 of these, yes. Dogs only have about 10.
And you want to know what it is.
I want to know what it is.
So my first guess would be vocal sounds, but they say cats only have 27. So 100.
No, it was vocal sounds.
Vocal sounds, really? 100?
Yeah.
Wow, my cat is way behind. I might have to start like poking her or something.
I believe this for Fiona because she will give them all to you in a single evening.
Oh, nice.
About 3 o'clock in the morning, you hear all 100 of them.
I felt so bad for my cat because she has the worst meow ever. I mean, and it's the one she does the most, and it's like this, "Meow." Like she hates you and she's angry. And I felt so bad because she wouldn't shut up the other day. She wanted to go back outside, and she was just, I mean, beyond harassment, and wouldn't stop with this nasty meow. And finally, I did it just like her, about 10 decibels louder, or 100 decibels louder, I guess. And her eyes got as big as quarters, and she ran under the couch and stayed there for 2 hours. And I was like, well, now I feel bad, but bonus. And the other day she's asking for food and she's doing that meow again, and I did it back at her, and then I went in a soft voice, "You have to meow quietly," and she went, So I guess it only comes out in one sound.
Well, and I have Lily very, very, very seldom meows, and if she does, it's just a little meow. You know, it's just not loud. But if she wants outside, she will jump on the back door over and over and over again
that gets old
till
too.
you just finally, you'll just finally go outside then because I can't. Yeah. So she tries to open the door, but she is unable to. But that's
my gosh, we got off on another tangent about our cats. All right, Val, next trivia question.
All right, I think you get to give it to me because the last one's answer was vocal sounds.
All right. Let's see. According to a recent survey, 41% of respondents would rather wake up to what? 41% of respondents would rather wake up to what?
Rather than like an alarm or
rather than anything, their preference to be woken up would be this way.
Smell of coffee.
Smell of coffee. No.
We wake up to this.
I'll give you a hint.
Let's go music.
It is music. Oh, I was going to give you the hint. It wasn't Snuggles.
It wasn't. That's 100% of women.
Yeah. It wasn't Snuggles. All right. 41% of respondents would rather wake up to music. 39% said a buzzer. What? And 11% said nature sounds. Sorry, I missed my alarm today. I was sleeping with crickets. They were supposed to wake me up, but all right, there you go. One more. Do you have one more? And then
I have a couple more.
Okay,
so
keep going.
All right, it's dangerous, but the average person will do this about 7 times a month.
It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Shave in the tub.
With their electric razor?
Yes.
No.
Wow. One more time. Read it.
It's dangerous, but the average person will do this about 7 times a month.
Pick their nose in public. Can I have a hint if that's not it?
That is not it. Let's see. How can I give you a hint without giving this away? We might not. There's two things you could do, and this one we might not assume was dangerous. Let's see how I can put this. We do two different things, but I don't know how to do this, but one of them we would probably think is dangerous, and we know it's dangerous, and we do it anyway. But the other one, we think, oh, that's not that dangerous, and we do it anyway.
Val, please tell me how I'm going to die.
You eat while you're driving.
Oh.
Because everybody knows it's dangerous to text while they're driving and maybe do it anyway. But do you really think of eating while you're driving?
Yeah.
Is that dangerous?
No, and you couldn't have given me a hint on that one. If you would have said it happens in a car, I could have had it in a couple tries.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, exactly. So,
All right.
And do you have any more?
Last one for you. 1 in 3 men say they never do this without asking their wives first.
Think?
Honey, is it okay for me to think about this? Wow. Val. Wow. Now I understand so much more about your husband. And why anytime I ask him a question, he looks at you all glass-eyed. Sometimes you actually see Val's hand go behind him and her arm go up. And then he smiles. Okay. Last one, Val.
What would he do without asking his wife first? Like a major expenditure?
No, nothing like that. It has to do with comfort.
Can I hug you, honey?
Nope.
Without cooking?
Nope. Super
All
simple.
right.
It has to do with comfort. You give up? In the interest of time, adjust the thermostat. Never do that without talking to his wife first. Again, he asked for permission to think.
Yeah. Are you warm enough, honey? Would you let me turn up the heat?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Got one more for you.
Okay.
Just over a third of Americans say they've done what? Just over 1/3. Which I might have guessed it was higher than that. And
voted.
It's some No. I'm trying to think how I can give you a hint. This might be a really big hint, but in the thoughts about time on this, I will give it to you anyway. You do it once a year.
You do it once a year. About a third of us do it?
Yes. Or admit that they did it.
They admit that they did it. It only happens once a year. Is it timely? Is it like coming up? Is it close? Past?
Yes. Coming up.
And happens. So taxes. And then read the
they
question.
Cheated on their taxes.
Oh, cheated on their taxes. A third of us?
Yes.
That would have been a lot higher too.
Unless you don't have any money like us, there's not much you can cheat on.
Top 3 cheaters, probably Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Donald Trump.
Yes.
I could keep going.
Jeff
Bezos, Richard Branson. I'm sure they all cheat on their taxes. At least we know.
Sure.
At least we know they don't pay their fair share anymore.
That's right.
All right, when we come back, oh man, we're going to do local birthdays, celebrity birthdays, a little bit of history. We do goofy holidays for the day, and we wrap it all up with some odd news. And I worked really, really hard on those sound effect montages, so please stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We're KCHW 102.7, and we're back in just about 6 minutes.
Maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now.
No. It's just what they'll be expecting us to do.
Well, I'm here to tell you that you're probably going to find out as you go out there that you're not going to amount to jack squat.
What shall we do now, sir?
Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Very good, sir.
Smoke if you got 'em.
It's 8:21.
Your KCHW Morning Show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chihuahua, Colville, Kettle Falls.
The Public News Service Stowe newscast for April the 1st, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. As the trade wars launched by President Donald Trump continue to escalate, all eyes are on Wednesday, not for the Associated Press. They report Trump has repeatedly called April the 2nd Liberation Day, with promises to roll out a set of tariffs or taxes on imports from other countries that he says will free the U.S. from reliance on foreign goods. The AP notes a lot remains unknown about how these levies will actually be implemented. The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, said Monday that Trump would unveil his tariff plans on Wednesday, but maintained that the details are up to the president to announce. Meantime, more jobs could be coming to Arkansas as companies interested in bringing manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. consider the natural state.
That's according to a study by the Reshoring Institute. Executive Director Rosemary Coate says the state's low minimum wage is cost-effective for companies that require a large workforce.
What we generally encourage our clients to do is look at the major metropolitan areas and set up manufacturing just outside of that area so you can pull from the labor pool there, or to look at the metropolitan areas in places like Arkansas.
She says although manufacturing remains cheaper in other countries, supply chain problems experienced during the pandemic are making U.S. companies explore options for reshoring. The study did not address the financial impacts of possible Trump administration tariffs on materials manufactured abroad. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
And Indiana is losing millions in public health funding as the federal government cuts grants for state and local programs.
In Marion County, officials confirmed the immediate loss of a $450,000 immunization grant, leaving employees searching for ways to continue vaccination efforts amid ongoing disease outbreaks. Dr. Virginia Kane is the county's chief medical officer. She highlighted the cuts during a town hall hosted by Democratic U.S. Representative Andre Carson of Indianapolis.
We are now seeing that they've cut all state and local health departments' budgets. We have to be very concerned about our ability to protect the public.
Kane noted that the federal government eliminated $13.1 billion in funding for state and local health departments, part of a broader rollback of pandemic-era grants. I'm Joe O'Leary, Public News Service. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
State health officials estimate Indiana will lose about $40 million because of the cuts. And from NBC News, top Republicans on Capitol Hill poured cold water on President Trump's talk of a potential third term, downplaying the prospect that he would pursue it. This is Public News Service. USDA cuts have affected farming communities nationwide, but a national group says its black farmers remain unaffected. More from our Daniel Smith.
The Black Farmers and Agriculturalists Association represents more than 20,000 heirs of Black landowners and ranchers across the country. Thomas Burrell is president of the organization and says that because of longstanding discrimination, its members, many of whom are farmers or descendants of farmers, have not been impacted by the USDA freeze.
What our concern has always been, notwithstanding any administrative efforts or the lack thereof, is the constant, unfortunately, of discrimination that prevents our members from being able to participate, key phrase, in food production.
Burrell notes that the association's farmers operate under the USDA and still face challenges from the Pigford versus Glitchman settlement. He adds that Congress has introduced multiple measures this year to compensate Black farmers for past discrimination.
And next to Oregon, a state that does not have enough health care workers, and the need continues to grow.
Over the next 10 years, healthcare and social services will need to bring in nearly 225,000 workers, according to the Oregon Employment Department. SEIU's Matt Swanson says meeting the growing demand will take every possible intervention.
I heard from many workers about how tired they are, how difficult it is to provide quality patient care when there just aren't enough people working.
One bill at the top of the union's priority list would address unchecked workplace violence that healthcare workers experience at a higher rate than any other industry. Another would expand funding to allow providers to continue to work while going to school for advanced training. I'm Isabel Charlet.
And finally, Minnesota officials have launched a new portal asking parents, students, and others to share how they're affected by the Trump administration's aggressive approach to reduce federal education support.
Last month, the White House followed through on its pledge to begin dismantling the Department of Education and shift responsibilities to other agencies. That includes the management of student loans for roughly 43 million borrowers. Mike Dean of the Minnesota think tank North Star Prosperity worries about the potential for a rocky transition. He says more confusion could deter people from pursuing higher education.
When you don't have that customer support on the other end, students are not going to be able to really complete the application process, and I think we're going to see fewer and fewer students go to college.
He says that scenario unfolded when a series of glitches hampered the overhaul of the federal student aid system in 2023. Meanwhile, Minnesota's new feedback portal can be found on the State Education Department website. I'm Mike Moen.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. My sister thinks I'm weird. I can tell by the look she was giving me. I can't hear you, Val. She's muted. We used to do that to her.
It runs in the family.
Oh, okay. He's like, he's done that before. All right. We're getting started on part 2 of your Tuesday show right here on KCHW Chihuahua. It's 102.7 FM Northern Lights Public Radio, and we are so glad you are along with us. And I would like to start off segment 2 by going through birthdays. And Val, I don't know if you've realized, but all the announcers at KCHW hate Mondays. That's why we don't do a show. It's like, Monday? No. Half the businesses are closed. We're skipping it. All right, let's take a look at our birthdays we missed yesterday. Amanda Shalak, and then 3 anniversaries. Tom and Tammy Gouge, Darlene and Jerry Livingston, Tyler and Crystal Rooker, all having anniversaries. And then one more birthday. It was my beautiful sister, Valerie Hunter.
Thank you.
All right, we kind of, she had her birthday month, and it's because her birthday's on the 31st. She saves it all the way to the end. That's so lame. And today, all the applause, just one birthday, and it's Bob Wellman. There you go. Celebrity birthdays. Val, help us out.
All right, today April 1st, Ally McGraw from Love Story or The Getaway, 86 years old today. Annette O'Toole, who was in Smallville, Superman 3, and others, is 73. Susan Boyle, who, I don't know if you remember, she won Britain's Got Talent, had an incredible voice. She's 64 years old. TV personality Rachel Maddow is 52. David Oyelowo, maybe. I might have butchered that. He was on Selma and Jack Reacher, 49 years old. Wrestler Randy Orton is 43. Mackenzie Davis, who was in Terminator Dark Fate, is 38 years old today. Boxer Logan Paul, 30. And finally, Asa Butterfield, who played Nancy McPhee, or it was in Nancy McPhee Returns, is 28.
Nanny McPhee.
Nanny McPhee?
Not Nancy.
I said Nancy.
Nancy McPhee.
I said Nancy.
I remember her.
Nanny.
I think I might have went to school with her.
And Nanny McPhee?
No, Nancy. All right. It happened today. We call it history, Val. Are you ready?
Oh, sort of, kind of, maybe.
1778. New Orleans businessman Oliver Pollock created the dollar symbol. Thank you. Thank you, Oliver. 1853. Cincinnati became the first U.S. city to pay firefighters a regular salary. Look at that.
Wow.
1853. Then we'll jump all the way to 1963. The soap opera General Hospital debuted. So unexciting. 1970, President Richard Nixon signed the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act into law, requiring Surgeon General warnings on tobacco products and banning cigarette advertisements on television and radio in the United States. It started January 1st, 1971. That's why we don't have them on TV.
Wasn't there a long time that you couldn't even show an actor smoking on like regular
regular television? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an issue at least for a few years. I don't even really see it much anymore, but all right.
No, not unless you get into your streaming shows or movies.
76, Apple Computer was formed by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. 1997, Russia TASS news agency reported that an alligator named Jenna, hatched from a quail's egg aboard the Mir space station, had bitten a U.S. astronaut. April Fools! 2003. Wow, I didn't know the Russians had a sense of humor.
I didn't either.
I know. That's the vodka talking. 2003, American troops rescued Army PFC Jessica Lynch from a hospital in Iraq where she had been held prisoner since her unit was ambushed 9 days earlier. That's awesome. Google in 2007 posted a link on its homepage offering consumers free high-speed wireless internet through their home plumbing. Darn it, April Fools. Why are you going into the bathroom with your laptop? I'm going to connect.
Going to purge some files.
I'm going to leave it alone. Because there's so many places we go. All right, 2020, an all England lawn tennis club canceled Wimbledon for the first time since World War II. The All England Lawn Tennis Club canceled Wimbledon. That was because of COVID.
I was going to say they had the authority to do that, but It was a COVID year, wasn't it?
Was it a COVID year? All right, Val, you get the ridiculous special events for April 1st because it's the beginning of the month. All right.
Right. So this is for the whole month. These are special events that last the whole month long. April is National Car Care Month. It's National Kite Month. National Poetry Month, National Fresh Celery Month, National Pecan Month, National Soft Pretzel Month, and I could get behind that one right there. Ooh. National Soy Foods Month, National Florida Tomato Month, National Garlic Month, National Grilled Cheese Month. I could get behind that one as well.
Yeah.
That one. And I'm going to skip the last one.
Okay. I didn't even see it, but okay.
All right. And we'll get back to weekly special events now. It's Pooper Scooper Week.
Okay. Yay. I celebrate that with cards, so yours should be in the mail. If the card seems lumpy, just ignore it. Open it up.
It's, don't worry about how it smells.
Okay.
Money Smart Week.
Do not send cards for that.
That's why I don't buy cards in the first place. You're not money smart if you buy a card. Windows Safety Week.
Ooh.
All right. World Irish Dancing Week.
Two Irishmen digging in the ditch. Val won't let me sing the rest of the song.
Explore Your Career Options Week. Maybe you should have done that a while ago.
Definitely not singing.
Dental Hygienist Week. Oh, and then, of course, we'll get down to the daily events now. It's April Fool's Day.
Ooh.
Boomer Bonus Day.
What's that
Fun
mean?
at work. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Boomer bonus.
Oh.
Fun at work day. Oh, here's something you can do later. It's a pillow fight day.
Ooh.
Lupus Alert Day. Sweet Potato Day. Ooh, Atheist Day. Jumpin' Muddy Puddles Day. Love Our Children Day. Ooh, this one I can get behind as well. It's Sourdough Bread Day. Trombone Players Day. Fossil Fools Day? What's a fossil fool?
That's an old person who still uses gasoline cars.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, sorry. That's news from the future.
That's right. Egg Salad Day, 1 cent day, and finally, Reading is Fun Day. Oh, Reading is Funny Day.
Fossil fools. I like it. All right. Number of the day, Val. I'm going to have you guess the number. Yeah, okay, let's do it this way. Number of the day. And you see if you can come up with the answer. Popes that have served the Catholic Church. I'm looking for the total number of popes.
Well, you should have told me it was going to be a guessing game because I'd already seen the answer.
Okay, what is it then?
266
Wrong.
popes have served the Catholic Church.
Wrong.
Oh, what is it?
No, it's 266. I just tried to add a little excitement to the show. Val lies? No. All right.
I'm so excited now. Since you were trying to add some excitement to the show.
Bad news for you egg lovers out there. Cargill Kitchen Solutions has voluntarily recalled 4 types of pre-beaten egg products that may contain sodium hypochlorite, a cleaning solution that poses health risks if ingested. I was kind of worried yesterday. I ate some fries from a fast food place, and they taste like floor cleaner.
Ooh.
Did some floor cleaner get on to a couple of my fries? Because it wasn't the whole thing. It was just a couple. Or was it like a moldy fry? Because, something moldy can kind of taste like floor cleaner. So
yeah.
I got something I shouldn't have swallowed, but it was already chewed and halfway down.
It wasn't in that, like, the supersized box where you just eat stuff even if it's not any good.
Yeah, like that. I was like, well, it's half swallowed. Might as well eat the whole thing. All right. Let's go back to these pre-beaten eggs. This is a horrible, horrible story. Egg abuse? Get it?
Egg abuse?
Pre-beaten eggs. All right. The recall affects products like egg beaters, Bob Evans Better Than Eggs with special use-by dates and establishment numbers, distributed at various locations in states like Ohio, Texas, and California. So, all right. Well, the FDA does not expect adverse health effects from consuming these eggs. Consumers are urged not to use or serve the products. If you Google Cargill egg recall, you can find more info.
We had some fish recently that Brad's mom gave us because Bruce didn't like. She goes, he says it tastes funny, and so I'll just give it to you. And so I cooked it up, and it tastes funny. It tastes like a chemical of some sort. It was the weirdest thing ever. So yeah, we ended up throwing that out too. So
Scary.
I was waiting for the recall on that to hear about that, but yeah.
And this is kind of scary, and I don't know if other people have experienced too. If so, you can post on our Facebook feed for the live feed for this show. But I have noticed over, let's say, the past 12 months, buying way more food that is spoiled or has something wrong with it from the store. Have you? It just seems like it's became more frequent over the past year. I've had several episodes, and I'm not really even including things like maybe you got some bad milk because they left it sitting out. I got a bag of tater tots, and it must have thawed, molded, and got refrozen because literally the entire bag of tater tots was tainted taters.
Really? Like moldy?
Yeah, that's exactly what they tasted like.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, it was pretty. As soon as I opened the oven door, I was like, Houston, we've got a problem. And this is the only thing I had for dinner.
How disappointing to be ready for tater tots and not be able to get any.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's horrible. And that was the last of them, too. All right. Should we wrap up the show, Val?
Sure, why not?
All right. Yesterday was, and I haven't taken it down, so you still got time before we wrap up the show. Yesterday was, March is our birthday month, and we always do our membership drive during the month of March. Want to send out a round of applause. Everybody that hit our birthday open house, the concert, the breakfast, and then throughout the month, we've got a lot of people that got memberships. Thank you to all of you. The thing is, in order for the radio station to be really successful, we need everybody in town to get a membership. So if you haven't got yours, there's still time. We haven't taken any of that stuff down. In fact, we leave it up all year, just to be honest. You can go to kchw.org, northernlightspublicradio.com, and there is a link right there. You can go through PayPal, totally safe, and get your membership or just make a random donation. That's okay, too. The nice thing about it is you don't have to have a PayPal membership. When you go there and you have your information, you go to checkout, there's a little button down below, like it says log into your PayPal account. It says don't have an account. You click that. You can just enter your credit card information straight. Real easy. We had somebody do it on the air. Took 2 minutes. And it's your way to support public radio in Stevens County and all the people we give free airtime to and support. All the nonprofits of the community can always reach out and get airtime here on KCHW, as well as community groups and schools. A source for the community, and you can keep it broadcasting with a membership. They start at $20 and go up to $102.70. And thank you in advance. There you go. Time for Odd News.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your Odd News on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, today's Odd News. And, of course, our Odd News always gets kicked off with the news attack where the first sentence is true and the second sentence is a big fat lie and a bad joke. And here's Val.
Research shows that college students remember better if they take lecture notes by hand rather than with a computer.
Okay.
Now, if you can find a kid who actually knows how to use a pencil.
Ooh. In Poland, a woman stabbed her boyfriend because he was eating all the chip dip. Well, yeah, he was double dipping.
Stab-worthy offense right there,
yes.
Especially if you do it with a fork.
Yes. Harmless, too, mostly.
Yeah.
What's
Eating chocolate daily is good for your heart. At least that's what the Easter Bunny is telling me.
Yes. Researchers found that 2% of those nose pickers do it for sheer enjoyment. Wow. My feeling is if you want to pick your nose, fine. Just warn me before you stick your finger up mine.
Here, let me get that for you.
Yeah, I've had girlfriends do a lot of weird things, but I've never had anybody pick my nose. I'd marry her.
Well, I mean, which could probably be a requirement for you because your fingers are so crippled you probably can't get one up your own nose.
Yeah, I have got Trek's little green sausages.
Looking for a woman who is
skinny little finger.
Yeah, who is kind, beautiful, and has a straight, skinny finger.
Thank you, Val. Hope it works. I hope it works out better than the last time you set me up.
I know it. Me too. A study found that having too much of a good kind of cholesterol can actually lead to an early death. Right? Does this mean that I can now say that I'm eating this cheeseburger only for medicinal purposes?
It does. Another study out of Canada says that people responding to a fear of being lonely will stay in a bad relationship because nothing says I love you like a shared fear of solitude. Solitude.
Solitude. All right.
I ruined that one.
Which also is why I'll never break up with Netflix.
Oh, lonely people. A study found that sleeping too much is bad for your health, just as bad for your health as sleeping too little. However, you do make a much better looking corpse. He slept most of his life away. Doesn't he look wonderful?
It looks absolutely wonderful.
All right, wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories but sound effects from TV and movie shows. I call them the montage. Here comes Val.
All right, it was this week in 2018 that a 54-year-old woman from Mansfield, Ohio, was arrested for public drunkenness after reportedly inappropriately touching and making lewd comments to a person dressed as the Easter Bunny. Witnesses informed police that the woman appeared intoxicated and was behaving inappropriately towards the Easter Bunny, prompting her arrest.
I didn't know you could get arrested for that.
Said Scott to the police.
Really? Wow.
Oh, look, there's a rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey there, rabbit.
it's so cute.
Oh, what a cute little pink bunny rabbit.
He looks like a deranged Easter bunny.
Get that rabbit! Charge!
What is spring without the Easter bunny?
Like a rainbow that doesn't end in money.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
Oh, no. I'm through with rabbits.
Well, good for her. No more arrests, at least. Huh. I know what I'm doing this Easter, though. I'm dressing like a bunny. In the UK, and looking for a drunk girl. In the UK, a missing rescue dog named Athena was lured out of hiding by a sausage roll. K9 rescue group deployed drones, spy cameras, and ground teams to locate Athena, who went missing after an auto accident. Passers-by managed to coax the German Shepherd mix with sausage rolls, reuniting her with her owner, Michelle. Or is it Michelle?
Michelle?
Sausage rolls.
Yeah, okay. So when you get there, you can have all the free beer and sausages you can eat.
Oh, yeah, I sure do love giant sausages.
Giant
sausages? No way.
I thought I told you to bring me some good-looking kid, not this fat sausage chewing wino.
I'm Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago. Order the double cheese and sausage? Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Broman. And what did the dog say?
Hello.
Whoa.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. You need a Scooby snack. All right. An armed robber in his 60s broke his leg while holding up a convenience store in Japan. He then used the store's phone to call an ambulance. Police arrested the suspect when he was released from the hospital. At least they let him get fixed before that.
I wonder if he thought he was getting away with it. And how do you break your leg while committing a robbery?
Yeah.
Let's find out, Val.
The evidence is going to show that they were seen entering the Sack-O-Suds convenience store in Wazoo City.
The robbery.
It all happened so quickly. I was counted by tips.
Convenience store mama's boy.
He had accident insurance, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then he broke his leg, didn't he?
So what?
And he didn't put in a claim. Why didn't he put in a claim? Why?
Tried to get up, but he fell over when what was left of his right leg broke off.
Hey, kids, it's me. I bet you thought that I was dead. But when I fell over, I just broke my leg and got a hemorrhage in my head.
My leg is broken.
No way, mister. You're going to the top of this mountain. Broken legs and all.
Oh.
You lost it in about in the middle of that.
Yeah. Boy.
Oh, I think, is it me or you? I got so confused.
It's you.
It's me.
It's you this time. Yes.
Citizens of a small Italian village lived an entire day backwards after the historic clock tower malfunctioned and began running in reverse. Ooh. Following a long-standing tradition that the tower's clock governs daily life, the 800 residents decided that for one day, they would begin their day with dinner and end with breakfast and conducted all business in reverse orders. The clock was fixed the following day. Thank God.
I love that they had that great of a sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's try something. Let's play this backwards and see if it gets any better.
Fish? I'm going backwards.
Doing fine. Doing fine.
Before we go to about 45 miles an hour backwards. Hey,
There's no harm done.
Shoot, I'm the world's best backwards driver.
You mind riding backwards? It may take a little longer.
The whole dance will be backwards.
Also, this planet is inhabited, but do not worry. The native savages are simple and backwards.
Yay! That's us.
That's us.
Simple and backwards. All right.
And we got just one more today. A bus company in the UK apologized after a passenger had to help navigate a vehicle to its destination. A driver and route trainer struggled to find their way from one city to another just 5 miles away. Then a passenger stepped in to direct the bus through the rush hour traffic.
Oh. Huh.
It's a relaxing game. I mean, to coin a phrase, a relaxed bus driver is a efficient bus driver.
I'm never gonna be any executive. Never gonna be anything but a bus driver.
And as long as I'm an executive in that bus company, you are sure of being a bus driver as long as you live.
I bribe a dust.
You bribe a dust?
A dust a bribe.
That's a bribe. Oh, I see. You're a bus driver. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, I dare you to throw your sandwich at the bus driver. Do it. Do it.
Young man, can I help you? Can I see your bus pass, please? Sir, please. I drive with that hand. Children, call for help.
It's not safe out there.
No, not at all. Hey, I would like to apologize to Ken. He made lots of great comments today on the show, but our comments feed will just not update for me unless I manually update it. So I miss them. But thanks for participating, Ken, and sharing all your great.
Should we just read them and see if they make any sense? So first one, earlobe. Dial phones. They're all southern states. Oh, that was your trivia question. Sunshine. Yeah. It's just like random thoughts from Ken. Complaining to their wives.
I think that was where men ask before 30% of men will ask before they do it.
Oh, complaining to their wives?
Yeah, they'll ask, can I complain? And yeah.
Okay, well, what does this one apply to? Fart near an open flame. I can't remember a joke where that would have applied.
I'm not sure either.
And then something no one should ever do, invite their mom to visit.
Which I feel could go back to that other one about what men ask their wives to do or permission to do, which was a great guess.
Yeah.
But where the fart near an open flame fits and all of that, I'm not sure.
Me either. Huh. Okay. All right. And then the best advice Ken gave all day, change your smoke alarm battery. There you go. Yay.
There you go.
Glad
that was to the what do you do once a year?
Oh, I'm glad he's keeping us on our toes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Ken. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm going to try reading these maybe from because I switched to the KCHW profile so that if I do any responding, it's,
you get to
looks
see
like it's KCHW.
Good.
So maybe I just need to stay in my own profile. Maybe then I'll see things. I don't know. I'm going to try it.
Okay. Well, we'll find out about that when we come back next week.
That's right. Stay tuned. Same that channel.
All right, another reminder, real quick. Help us wrap up our membership drive month with a membership today. Go to kchw.org, northernlightspublicradio.com. Just takes a couple minutes. It's done through PayPal, but you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just click on Don't Have an Account, and they'll let you pay with any credit card. Memberships start at $20, go all the way up to $102.70. So thank you very much. And of course, to everybody that got a membership in March, hoping we can get a few more. And everybody that attended, too, want to thank you, too, for coming to our breakfast and our concert on our birthday. Thank you. Now,
thank you.
Tonight on the radio, it's the one and only Dr. Jazz. 3 hours of jazz music. That starts at 6. And don't forget, every night at 6, it starts different genres of music. Following Dr. Jazz's jazz show tonight, though, at 9, it's soul music with the Soul Show. So get down on a little Motown. Now, tomorrow on the morning show, it's Chuck, Paula, and Sharon, and they give you the lowdown on everything that's coming up in Stevens County. And I know we have a cool dinner and poetry from the Arts Guild coming up on Saturday. I'm sure you'll get the full rundown on that tomorrow as well. Now, other than that, we just want you to keep on listening right here at KCHW 102.7, and a chance for my beautiful sister to say something wonderful.
Oh, man. I've been trying to kind of mix it up, so now I'm drawing a blank, but do something for yourself today for your own mental health.
Ooh.
Whatever that may look like. Yeah. Have a piece of chocolate if that makes you happy.
Well, Val.
Turn off the TV will definitely make you happy.
The door was wide open until you said, I'd just like a piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
It's not enough.
You know what I'm going through.
That's right. Something on the rocks, maybe?
Yeah. You're saying piece of chocolate. I'm thinking ski boat. That'd make me feel better.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you for being here.
As far as I'm concerned, this picture's over right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.
Cocktails.